We just got done with Wednesday Night Dash, and man, what a night! I'm DJ Flook.
I'm Eric Richardson.
And I'm Taka.
Woo!
Yeah, that's an understatement.
I don't know how else to start the show other than that. Eric gets his first win. I finished third, and the results say that Tyler Vickery finished second, 0.003 of a second behind you. I was third at 55 hundredths of a second, and Caden was 0.133 seconds behind the leader.
You know, I didn't even think I had it. I was asking on the radio, like,
yeah,
did I win that?
I haven't. I've watched it, the replay. I haven't watched it up close, so this will be. Well, we're gonna show it today because we weren't planning on doing this tonight, but things just went so well for us tonight that we have to. I mean, this is a celebration, and to start off the celebration, we are firing up the Jeppson's Malört.
I went ahead and I pre-poured.
Pre-poured.
I probably poured too much.
I'm gonna be. That's
Yeah, it looks pretty close.
good enough. We put the bottle. Yeah, I'm almost out. See, it shows you how much of a true. I don't know. How awful I am. So I'm almost out of this. This Malört bottle is almost empty. I've got 2 more in my pantry downstairs.
And I still got a good amount. I just need the Jeppson's bourbon.
Yeah, they I talked to their sales manager, plug for Jeppson's. They are starting to show up at Total Wine locations around the country. They have not made it to my local store yet, but I was told it's very soon. So
yeah, awesome.
So first place for Eric. Dual podiums at Talladega.
Hey,
How
good
about
night
that?
for FR Racing.
Yeah, our first dual podium.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Wrong pipe again.
I got it all in one this time.
When it goes down to your lungs, it even better.
It's just like a good lung cleanse. Oh, I don't know. No. It's become the official celebratory drink of FR Racing. So shout out to Jeppson's Malört. Oh, where do we start?
Oh, so much.
Well, I gotta really sorry, one quick. So first off, while we're recording this, the Hurricane Ian is hitting Florida right now. You know, safety to everybody, and especially Tyler Vickery, our driver who finished second tonight. He's down in the Orlando area, and his house is on a generator, and he's sitting there in the heavy rains and still managed to make it in and race with us tonight and be 0.003 of a second away from winning while on a generator. So Tyler, that was stay safe. We salute you, and
thoughts and prayers to everybody else down there.
Absolutely.
My wife is actually from the Orlando area too.
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, unfortunately. So on that note, I don't even know where we start. I've got the replay queued up. I think we go right to it.
Yeah, that was a crazy race. Just sitting there watching it unfold, that was crazy.
No, I'm excited to watch the replay here later.
So Eric, I stayed out. I didn't see a need to. Did you pit at the caution?
I did. I was kind of looking to see what everybody was doing, and I saw Tyler stayed out, but everybody else came in. Out. Like, no, why not?
I stayed out too. I mean, I had like no tire wear. You're on the super speedway. There's no tire wear. We had plenty of fuel. When I looked at it when we started, I think it was like 42 laps or something like that. We ran 40. When the caution happened, I think overall we could have got 45 on a tank. So I'm like, why is everybody pitting? Like, you're not. Like I was on my original tires and came within 55 hundredths of a second of winning tonight. So I was kind of questioning why everybody did that. But the bad news is I started second. This is the first time I've been on the front row for any restart, and I just botched the restart. And Mark Vickers went flying past me, and a couple laps later, maybe a lap later, it
was the lap of the green flag. Got kind of fun there.
Yeah, so here we go. Here's we got Tyler in the 24, Brandon in the 41, Mark over here in the green 84, Hunter in the 18, Justin Eves in the 82 Magnum. I haven't heard what
still funny.
I haven't heard what the pun was tonight. I have to go back and watch. And then here's Erik in the 13. So let's watch this. We'll look at it at a couple angles. Oh, son of a hold on a second. Let me we're gonna try this again. Yeah, I found out last week if you don't do the screen share the right way. Optimize. No, we're not sharing the sound. Okay. Take two. We're not editing that. We don't do that here. All right. So looks like you got Mark in the 84, you got Brandon in the 41, and it looks like Brandon just kind of slid a little bit, and he
went up, and
I swear
somehow got lucky and got through there.
I swear
every other race I get caught up on that.
I swear there's a magnet between the 41 and the 84. They always seem to come together, and
every race I feel like
it always seems like they come together. I mean, the first 20 laps were run.
This was the winning move right here, actually.
Yeah, so you didn't give up the lead after this. So Hunter in the 18 in the Twitch purple, which is pretty cool, pushed you to the front. There I am.
Yeah, Hunter goes to the outside, and then Tyler gets the run, and he stays behind me. I'm really lucky that he stayed with me and didn't go with Hunter. And then we just ran. And
here I am, like, and Brandon McKinney in the 8, he was in an early incident in the first half. He caught up on after the caution, and I think he got the lucky dog, and he was in it for a while. I think he got involved in a late incident. But yeah, Erik, you pushed through, and basically you and Tyler kind of pushed your way to the front, while there's Hunter and Justin and myself and Caden kind of fighting for the third position. And I'm making my move, or I think I'm going to make my move. And then, there's Caden kind of flashed a little bit, which was making me nervous. And I got by him at one point, and he recovered.
Tyler did a great job pushing me. He's looking out for the series championship, so he was kind of keeping track of points against Caden and just doing everything he could to keep our momentum. And he was a fantastic pusher there. And then as we got a little bit later, I was trying to watch that outside run, and if I had to, I was bumping up about a half lane just to try to scrub that run, and the two of us worked really well together.
You can see I was trying to use like a side draft, because I was in my AI racing. I noticed if I make get a good run and kind of pull up, usually could use that higher line and try to make a move. And then somebody else had the same thought. Justin did that time, kind of cut off my momentum. So I'm like, okay, back down to the lower line. Let's try this again. And it's just, let's skip ahead to the last lap. And
yeah, I haven't actually watched this last lap yet.
Okay, so this is the first time you're seeing the last lap, and we'll watch it in a couple views. If you're listening on the podcast, head over to YouTube or live on Twitch and check this out. But here's the last lap.
Yeah, a track like this, I knew I was a sitting duck leading a pack of 4 cars. I was waiting for the freight train.
It's so for the move. So often the lead car going into the last lap does not win if there's a tight pack.
And you see, Talladega. I came up kind of high because I wanted to kind of snuff that outside.
Chad was saying on the broadcast that I should have went high with Caden and pushed Caden, and I stayed low.
And you see, I'm much higher there than I would have been previous laps, because I'm trying to protect the inside. I'm trying to stop the outside. And I knew Tyler was going right there.
And here we
coming
go.
Off the turn.
Coming off of turn 4 into the tri-oval.
I had a little bit of a side draft there. I think we maybe brushed just ever so slightly right there.
And then there I go, sending Tyler into the wall. Let's get back and let's see that in a little slower. So you were that close to the finish line in second place. And I'm going to put this down here and look at this. Like, here you go. As let's look around. Look at that. Look at that.
Like, you don't get any closer than that.
You got him in the last foot.
That little side draft bump. I was
then,
talking with Tyler afterwards,
and then here I am coming in, and I'm just like, I tried to, I knew I was close to the finish line, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go for it. And I tried to bump. To be honest, I tried to bump Tyler, and I didn't get it. It wasn't what I was trying to do.
Oops.
Yeah, and I ended up turning him sideways. So glad that happened after the finish line, instead of before the finish line. Otherwise, I'd probably be having a discipline meeting with the competition committee. But
yeah, I actually talked with Tyler afterwards, and I asked him, like, hey, was that tri-oval clean? Because I don't want to win trying something dirty or anything like that. And I was talking with Kendall and Chad too, and they're like, no, it was good.
You're good.
Racing.
Let's watch it from your perspective here. Probably not going to see much because you're so close to him.
I saw his nose in front. I knew I was coming back, but I thought I was beat right there, knowing how close we were to the finish line. Honestly, there.
Oh, wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it was.
Yeah, and I didn't realize, looking back on it from the look at the far chase here, or the rear chase. Watch this. Look at
that. Yeah, I had no idea Caden was even that close.
I didn't either. And see, what I was saying is I made a move towards the end where I wasn't sure, like, yeah, right here. So here I am. I'm going to change it to a, let's go to TV2, I think. Yeah, this is where I kind of was like, did I make a...
If that start finish line was a little bit further away, we're talking to you about winning the race, and
I think I needed another 50. I think I needed another 50 feet. Another 50 feet, and I think I would have had you.
Because you were backed up on him and had a great run.
And
so you had the momentum going.
Yeah. Another 25, 50 feet, and I would have had you. But still, you know what? I'm not complaining, because you got to win for the team. I got a third. We got a double podium. I didn't even start the timer, by the way, so I have no idea how long this is going to be tonight. But
yeah, FR Racing's best night of Wednesday Night Dash so far.
This is a celebratory night, gentlemen.
Oh, man.
I mean, poop.
This is rough when you got to be up in the morning, especially off Malört.
Yeah.
I go a little smaller this time. Just I gotta be responsible.
I'm not going anywhere. My hand smells like Malört now.
See, you get the benefit. You're out west, and I'm on East Coast time.
Yeah, it is after midnight. Yeah, we're recording this right after Wednesday Night Dash, so it's 9 o'clock. And Malört 2, yeah.
Oh,
no
great taste of mouthwash. See, it's nice when you don't have it go down your windpipe, because then you don't.
No, you just get the after effects of the. Yeah, so I we'll see what the fallout is from this. There was some, moves, we'll say some racing moves. I didn't think there was anything malicious. Let's go back to 24. Let's go to
the 24.
Yeah, so we're gonna go into your cockpit view. Actually, we're gonna rewind it because we don't want the surprise ruined. So there's okay. So here's your
it's the change of parting of the Red Seas, I think.
I was about to say this might be a changing of the underpants move right there. All right. Cockpit view. My coordination here is starting to.
Now, when you're in drafting like this, you don't have great visibility. You are staring at the back of the car in front of you and hoping that they're doing what they should.
Oh, it's like you're religious or not, you're sitting there like, dear Lord, please nobody bump me or I slide up and bump into somebody else. I know I'm not typically religious, but anyway. All right, here we go. Let's rewind this a little bit.
Yeah,
Mark's
so we're
car is
just
pretty cool.
running-
Got the
He had
sloppy,
such an awesome car.
the sloppy drunk dad with the neon green. I need to go have a beer with him, by the way. I keep forgetting. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we're going through a tri-oval and they're racing hard side by side, and they just go.
Wow.
And
And
I
then
almost brushed Hunter.
yeah, then you almost
trying
brushed
to avoid
Hunter,
stuff.
and man,
Itself is wild. I'm catching up to Tyler here. And
But-
then
Colton had an incident. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was after his incident. So let's see if we can. All right, let's see what happened to Colton in his cockpit.
oh, this is backstretch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little earlier. All right, let's see if we can figure out what happened to him. So I have to watch it from the Zoom screen, because if I watch it, like, the Zoom screen's like 3 seconds behind what my big
Oh,
monitor is.
got turned just ever so slightly.
Is that Wexberg
by,
in the
Caden.
72? No, really?
I think Caden maybe got into him just enough to loop him. And then just a little bit further up the track, the next two cars got caught up.
All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, Kate. Ooh,
So Caden came down.
came down onto him and then got
It-
him.
Looks like a lot happening right there.
I-
Few cars were moving.
I mean, I think the only fallout from this event is we did say we'd throw a caution late if we had a big one, but we didn't have a big one. We had a couple of small ones. So I guess technically, it is what it is. But when you're setting up a league and you're coming up with your house rules, like, you can't account for everything. And things aren't going to work out the first time.
We
mean,
should go back to that lap 20 also.
Look at
The racing going into the caution.
Yeah, good call. Hey, how about those tires at Texas, by the way?
Yeah, we'll dive into that here in just a couple of minutes.
Maybe. Let's go to who was leading going into the break. Might have been
Colton.
Yeah, I think it was Colton.
Tyler stayed out.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, Colton and I think, or Tyler and I think, were the only ones who stayed out after that. And I mean, I don't think it made a difference either way.
No, you guys were on old tires. I had a little bit newer tires.
Yeah, you had 20 lap newer tires, and it didn't seem to make a difference. I mean,
No, not at all.
It didn't hurt anybody, but I don't think it helped you either, to be honest with you. I think honestly, I don't know what, because I mean, if most of us are using crew chief, it probably didn't fuel you during the pit stop, because you had enough to get your 40 laps without it. So, hey, Taka, are you sorry? I just looked over and I realized Taka's still here. He hasn't said much tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was just exciting all the way around. It was close for the competition.
You're watching it from the broadcast view. You're live tweeting this. What did you see?
It was just really, really close racing throughout the whole race, which I feel like we don't see that much, because usually it's just like you got one block here, you got another block here, but tonight there was one big pack, and it was just really, really fun to watch.
I mean, there's
I was surprised.
So many complaints about super speedways, but holy crap, I had so much fun tonight.
It was a lot of fun watching you guys race, and the last 5 laps were very, very nerve-wracking, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well,
I was sitting out on the edge of the chair. I'm like, come on, you got this.
Let's think about this. This is esports. This is us sitting here. I've got my Extreme Sim Racing SVT wheel stand. Shout out to Extreme Sim Racing. This is esports. We're playing a video game, essentially. There's some people that be offended by me saying this, but we're playing a video game, and I'm getting texts from like family members of people getting worked up and like, oh, you almost had it tonight. And it's just like, I mean, this is what we wanted. And we wanted to create something that was fun, exciting, and different. And I think we've accomplished all three of those. And you can tell I just had my third shot of Malört and the bottle's empty now. So I'm a little bit I got a meeting with my boss at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough morning. Well, but you know what? Finishing on the podium for me does not happen often. So you know what? Good for good for Eric, good for me. But holy crap.
That racing going into the caution that was a lot of fun. We were moving around and changing lanes, and we were all just right there.
I was surprised there wasn't a wreck that happened right before that flag was thrown, because all that movement, I'm watching it. I'm like, I guess we can show it.
Yeah, let's watch.
See if we can go to like TV3 maybe.
Yeah, I think
go back one more.
Yeah, that's not 20. I mean, this was so much fun. I mean, we keep doing. I had Kendall and I were, our announcer Kendall Kerr. We were on the phone today for a while. I called him, and we periodically have a chat every so often. And Kendall is a very experienced league manager in iRacing. We're not, and I like to pick Kendall's brain for ideas. And I mean, he told me, he said straight up, he goes, "You guys are, things are really coming together," which is awesome. I mean, we've got a really good group of guys that we've put together for this league. Racing is generally clean. We have some kind of moments, but that's gonna happen. Racing is racing. But Eric, when we were doing this a year ago, this was what we were doing, like Oran Park at this point. It was just the two of us in Formula V. Can you imagine 1 year later, we run a ARCA race with 15 drivers, or I think it was 13, 12 or 13 tonight. I can't remember. I can't count.
I think it was 13.
I can't count. Eric and we went to public school.
A year ago, I'm probably having a heart attack because my heart rate is just sky high right here.
Oh, it's so incredible what we've done in a year. I'm just like, I'm sitting here like patting ourselves on the back here, but seriously, man, I am so proud of what we've done here.
I remember when I started running races, I was afraid to pass cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just run behind you. I'm good.
I got some advice from someone recently, like, you need to be more aggressive. And I said, yeah, I know I need to be more aggressive. And I took that advice seriously today. I was definitely more aggressive today, and I walk away with the third place finish. Granted, it's a super speedway.
Right there is a great image of just what the racing was like in the first half. All these cars were running in the top three, I think, at some point.
Yeah, it was all close the whole race. And I think the furthest someone got, if they didn't crash out, was like 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it was so close throughout the whole race. It was nuts.
This is just like, God, man, so good.
This part right here is what kind of told me, you know what, go get tires. Doesn't matter, because I think I started in 8th place. I was as far back as 10th at one point, and I was just running and got stuck in the inside. Then finally was able to go on the outside and was able to move back up. And I figured, it's a super speedway. Catch a draft and change lanes and get to the front.
Yeah, here, you know what? Let's look at this. I just thought of something here. Let's go to lap 37, 38. Let me go to Hunter here. Yeah, he had his moment. Yeah, it was lap 37. Him and I think Justin may have got it. Ooh, Malört burp. Sorry.
Yeah, I was watching my mirror a lot just to try to shut down the runs, and I saw a car 90 degrees into the wall.
All right, so you got Hunter, you got Kate. Oh, Justin's okay. So you got Hunter and you got Brian McKinney in the 8, Hunter in the 18. Hunter Hunter goes when Hunter is a big Kyle Busch fan, and my wife hates Kyle Busch. You remember, Eric, when we went to the Phoenix race in 2016, and my wife had never been to a NASCAR event before, and the only thing she came away, she said she had a good time, which was great. That was the best part. We'd been married like 4 years at that point, 4+ years. She said she enjoyed herself at the NASCAR race, which was awesome. And but the lone takeaway from that race was she cannot stand Kyle Busch. And Hunter loves Kyle Busch. Like, Kyle Busch is the ultimate villain in NASCAR. It's there's a lot of people who like him, but most people hate him. And Hunter has the 18 car because, that's Kyle Busch's favorite driver. I mean, Eric, you and me back in the day, we were Jeff Gordon fans. We got those Indiana ties.
Indiana native.
The Indiana ties right there. And a lot of people hated Jeff Gordon too, because he wasn't a Southeastern good old boy.
Yeah, and he won a lot.
He won a lot, and
people didn't like it.
He was a threat to Dale, so
I remember I was at a Talladega race and he won, and everybody's throwing the beer cans on the track.
Raise hell, praise Dale.
Yeah, I actually camped out on the side of the highway for that one.
Yes,
I was down there with some friends.
And I remember too, you took a picture of a tow truck towing a tow truck that got featured on collegehumor.com. Remember that?
Yep. Hey, if you're listening out there, if you get a chance to go to Talladega for a race, go camp out, enjoy the scene. It is something else.
I told Caden, I said, or not Caden, Kendall. I told Kendall, man, do I need to go downstairs and crack open the next bottle of Malört? Ugh. Anyway, I told Kendall today when we were talking, I said, Eric and I are planning at some point, I don't know if it's going to be next year or the year after or whatever. We're going to come out of Charlotte for the Coke 600. And Kendall says they throw a huge, because a lot of their guys in the Highline League, shout out to them. They debuted their season yesterday. Yesterday being today's Friday, yesterday's Thursday. He said they throw a big tailgate party in the parking lot at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They watch the Indy 500 in the morning. They go inside and they watch the Coke 600 together at night. I said that would be an amazing party. There's so many drivers that are in that Eastern Seaboard between Virginia down to South Carolina. If we're going to have a big get together of our drivers, that's the place to do it.
Yeah, it would be so much fun to go to the Coke 6 at some point.
Did you show, Eric, did you show your wife the clip from last week's show where I suggested that we rent an RV for
I got a special guest. My cat just made an appearance.
When you have a cat?
I've had a cat for a long time,
I was about to say, I know you had the dog, but I didn't know you still have the cat. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's still around and kicking. She's a wild one.
A little feisty, too.
Yeah, so I have this note from last week after I was watching the preview and it was annoying the crap out of me. And I have a note that says, "Don't touch your face." So I got the tape to the laptop. I keep looking at that because I'm still doing it. But did you show your wife the clip of me suggesting we rent an RV for the Vegas Grand Prix?
Oh, I told her afterwards.
How did she take it?
She just laughed at me.
I told my wife that we were going to rent an RV, or I was considering renting. I showed her the clip and she looked at me. She's like, you're not serious. And I said, I don't know if I'm serious or not. Unfortunately, we had a problem with some of the footage, so we had to cut this episode a little short tonight. It was still long for our standards, so thanks again for watching, and be sure to check us out at FR Racing Online, wherever you get your videos, your social, or whatever, frracingonline.com as well.